Welcome back to Crisco's Corner, unfiltered commentary, not your truth, the real truth. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi folks, welcome back. The Daily Wire, an opinion piece. And this is where the Daily Wire and many other websites actually put news or opinion pieces. The Great Restoring is here, and this is actually written by Ben Shapiro, who runs the Daily Wire. And it shows a picture of the Illinois governor, California governor, and the mayor of New York. This week, the incoming mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, the supposed rationale corrective to uber-radical outgoing Mayor Bill de Blasio, announced that he would allow legislation to proceed, allowing local voting for 800,000 non-citizens. Yeah. I live in New York State. Who's going to stop them from voting in elections that are non-local? In other words, they only can vote in city council or mayoral races, or does that count for assembly? New York State Assembly, New York State Senate, a slew of other local races. Are they going to be able to be non-citizens that come up from New York City that go to school here where I live in Binghamton, and Binghamton University, which is a good education for the money? It's a great education for the money. Are they going to be able to vote in local city council races up here? I don't know. And they're going to get ID. They're going to get driver's licenses. They're going to get all the ID they need to register, and they want to, in the state of New York. So that's almost 1 million people added to the voter rolls, theoretically, that can vote in New York State. What about residents of New York? What about residents of the area where I live in upstate New York that's been overrun by these progressive clowns in New York City? Social as well as our political landscape is changing dramatically from people that were never from here and have never intention on staying here. But I digress. The same week, the legislature in California took up a bill that would establish large single-pay health care in the state, paying for the increase in cost by essentially doubling taxes. Americans have been fleeing the most liberal states in mass numbers. Those numbers are about to increase even more. Between July 2020 and July 2021, over 352,000 residents of New York embarked for warmer climes. Over that same period, the District of Columbia lost almost 3% of its population in 1 year. California lost over 367,000 people via net domestic migration. Illinois is another failing blue state, saw a net domestic out-migration of over 122,000. Where did all these blue state refugees go? To red states, of course. Texas picked up over 170,000 Americans migrating from other areas. Florida picked up the most with over 220,000, and Arizona picked up 93,000. Idaho had the fastest annual population increase in the nation as a percentage. The only region of the country to gain population was the South, which now holds over 38% of the total population of the country, and which picked up over 657,000 Americans migrating from different states. The Northeast, where I live, is now the least populous region in the United States, and saw a net population decrease of over 365,000 people. All that increase in population in the West was due to burst international migration, not domestic moves. All the increase, all net increase. Why do you think New York City would allow 800,000 non-citizens to vote? They're starting to lose their base. Why do you think there was just a video I saw the other day from Project Veritas talking to a border guard as they're putting people in vans? There is no border protection, he said, and he's a border guard. Over 1,000 people a day are crossing the border unlawfully. Some, he says, are taking Uber cabs to the center of the city from where they're at so they can later be transferred into the country. They're replacing the people that they're losing. Rather than convincing them or changing to a decent way of governing, they say, F you. You don't agree with us? We'll get some people that do. We don't care about you. It's not just individuals, it's companies. Facebook's parent company, Facebook. Meta just signed the largest ever lease in downtown Austin, floors 34 through 66. That's 32 floors of office building. Elon Musk just relocated his company to Texas. He says, my own Daily Wire, because this is Ben Shapiro, relocated in 2020 from California to Nashville. Now, he lives in Florida. In other words, red state governance is a magnet. Blue state governance is a disaster. Yet blue states cannot change course. They cannot simply jettison their adherence to failed ideas like single-payer health care or voting for illegal immigrants. What they're also going to lose is what Steve Bannon said on a Timcast IRL last year. concerning school boards and rules, concerning bathrooms and genders and mass and the whole works. You want to lose as many people as you can quickly? Just piss off the mother bears. The mothers are going to be coming out in droves. And he said that, and guess what? It's true. Look at Virginia. And so instead, the Democrats are banking on unearned moral superiority. Unearned. Virtue signaling to fill the gap where good governance should be. What a great line. I know Ben is an intelligent guy, and he's very good with words, but let me say that again. Unearned moral superiority, virtue signaling to fill the gap where good governance should be. Let's scroll down. None of these things are bound to convince Americans to vote Democrat. Yeah, they're driving them away. Rather than change or even adapt, they say, no, we're right and we know we're right. F you, we'll just bring some more people in the country that'll vote our way. I don't care about changing. They're not designed to do so. Democrats have banked on a consistent electoral strategy since Barack Obama's 2012 victory. The strategy of driving out a base comprised of minority voters and college-educated women. But that strategy is collapsing. Is Marie Teixeira, once the nation's leading proponent of that strategy, admitted in November. If Hispanic voting trends continue to move steadily against the Democrats, the pro-Democrat effect of non-white population growth will be blunted, if not canceled out entirely. And the very influential Democratic theory of the case falls apart. It's falling apart in real time, but Democrats can't pull out of the tailspin. They're too invested in the lies, and this is a great line. They're too invested in the lie that their programs are popular to notice how many Americans are calling up U-Haul. Exactly right, Ben. They will not change. Their arrogance and their conceit and their racism will doom them and is dooming them. I'm stuck here in upstate New York. I just recently sold my business. I'll probably have to get a job here soon. I have an elderly mother still here. I did sell my commercial property, but I still have my house, which is filled with over 20 years worth of stuff that you accumulate. We'll see if I can get out in a timely manner. I don't know. I do have a place to go, and it's in Tennessee, one of the states where people are fleeing to. It breaks my heart to leave the city in the area that I grew up in. All of my memories are here. All the people I've known in my lifetime are still here. Many have moved away, but just the memories of driving around town or walking downtown or all the old stories where this place used to be that and this place used to be this and this guy used to run this and this lady used to run this business. I have to leave, and it was breaking my heart to do so. It's all because of these idiots. All because of them. And I used to be a Democrat elected official in the 2000s. I was a city councilman. I left the party years ago. I'm now a Republican. They have destroyed it and made it even worse. They're so arrogant and self-centered. I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. I'm not going to change. You're the one that's wrong. You're the racist. You're evil. Get out of my face. And that strategy has continued their demise. I hope they crash and burn and become a third party. Maybe finally then they'll wise up. But probably not. We're going to have to see what happens this November. We've heard this before. This could be the biggest election of our lifetime. We've heard that a number of times. But this time I think it's actually true. We'll see. Democrats, you shot yourself in the foot so many times you can't even walk anymore. I don't want to hear from you. You guys have disgraced yourself and dishonored yourself. You're conniving, manipulative, rule-bending, rule-changing cheats that will do anything to gain power. I've lost all respect for almost all of you. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.